Hi, it's Saturday morning. It's actually a bank holiday weekend, so I'm working all across the bank holiday weekend, but I'm not actually working today. Today I am actually going to spend the day with my family. So my sister's working today, so we're basically going for dinner later so that my sister can come. So I've just had a chill morning. We had some friends around last night and I feel a little bit hungover, not gonna lie. So I have just literally laid in bed all morning feeling sorry for myself, but it's been quite nice actually, quite chill. So I'm now up, I'm getting ready, and then I'm just going to tidy the house, and then I'm going to have another little chill, and then we'll go. We're going to go a little bit earlier to my nan and granddad's just so you can see them for a little bit longer. And I am working tomorrow, so I don't want to stay too late. But I just thought I'd do my makeup routine with you today because I'm not in a rush, so I thought it would be a good day to film it. So I have a couple of makeup routines that I do. This will be the first one that I'm filming, but I've got 3 makeup routines. One of them is using they're all like basically using my liquid, I'd say 4 routines actually. One using my skin shade, one using my CC cream, one with my liquid radiance, and one with my beauty booster. So my skin shade I use when I've come back from holiday and I've got a tan and I need like a everyday makeup look, and I'll swap that for my CC cream basically, so it's the same makeup look but using this product. But I will film that later on in the year when I have got a tan and I have been on holiday, which I obviously have not now. My CC cream I use daily. I use this everyday makeup no makeup look for when I go to work, because I work silly shifts, so it's quite nice to have like a makeup no makeup look for work, because I get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and I need something to be quick and easy. So I do that one. And then I've just, sorry, looking at my eyes, I'm like, oh my god, I really need to put some eye mask on because that's not a good look. But we can do that when I get home later. Oh, just fell. And then my liquid radiance I use as like a thicker makeup, like for when I have like weddings and events and things like that. And then today's makeup routine is basically like my kind of weekends, if I'm going out, if I'm doing something a bit more different, like if I'm going out for a brunch or, you know, anything like that, that's not like a big event, like a wedding or anything like that, then I will use this makeup routine. They're all slightly different, but they're all really quick, really easy, and all of them use products that I feel like I put a bit on my face, but it takes a really quick amount of time and it goes really quick, and it doesn't feel heavy on my face. I really hate that like heavy cakey makeup feel on your face. It's really not something I like. Sorry, I'm just going to pause this. I realise I'm still playing. I'm watching Wizards of Waverly Place, and I'm just watching old episodes, so I'm going to pause that. Yeah, so I like the non-cakey feel. So I'm just going to guide you through it. As always, all of my products are Tropic. I used Tropic makeup for years before I started to become an ambassador, and I just gradually over the years have transferred all of my products, makeup and skincare, into Tropic because I love the brand and it's a good brand in my opinion. And yeah, so all of my products are Tropic, and I'm just going to start. So we're going to start with my concealer, and this is the Illumina Light Diffusing Concealer. I'm just going to put it on all of my kind of red bits around my face, and of course to cover those bags under the eyes, which I consistently have, which is why I am grateful for the Tropic eye products because they do not go away. So they used to have, so I'll explain the palette in a minute that they have, but they used to have a concealer in the palette, and I preferred it so much more because I felt like it lasted so much longer than this does, and also I just like the shade a lot more, but this works just as well. It's just a concealer. And then I blend it in with my velvet brush. I mean, this is a velvet cushion, but we're going to call it a velvet brush. Blend, 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 blend. I don't know why my nose is so red today. I only did in between my eyebrows. I don't normally because I plucked my eyebrows before I filmed this video. And obviously when you pluck your eyebrows, your eyes go like really red. And it kind of stays like that for quite a few hours. So I just thought, for the purpose of today, I'll pop that on there. And then that's kind of like my base done. I'm then going to go in with my Beauty Booster. This one is in the shade 2. This one has UVA and UVB protection, which along with my sunscreen, I am going to be protected from that rays. I don't know if you ever knew, but UV rays can get through the clouds, even if it's a dark and gloomy day like it is today. I mean, you can't see the weather outside, but I can tell you it's a typical English day. The sky's grey. It's bright. Like, I might just be because I'm hungover. but it's like dark and gloomy and it's a bit much. I'm going to blend that in with the velvet cushion too. And basically, what am I trying to say? Oh, it's a dark and gloomy day, but the UV rays still go through the clouds. I did actually a skin course with Tropic. They partnered up with SKCIN, the charity, which is skin. It's spelled SKCIN. Oh no, yeah. I was like, that's how you spell skin. No, it's not. And they're a really, really good charity. And the lady has had like, the lady who is the CEO of it, she basically had some like really bad cancer tragedies within her family, and she wanted to just help people understand it more, because there's not enough like information out there for people. So she let us do a course, and it was really fun and really interesting actually. And I'm really like pleased, because I obviously work with people's skin, being with Tropic. It's really lovely that I can kind of do something positive for people as well. I mean, that's one of the reasons I like being an ambassador, because I want to help people with their skin and just in general, and to be able to, you know, have something on my back, in my belt, under my belt, so to speak, that means I can help people, is really lovely. I do go back under my eyes with my concealer straight after, because I have such big bags under my eyes. They just need a little extra something. And if I do need it, I sometimes put a little extra couple of dots of the Beauty Booster on as well, just to give that extra coverage. But to be honest, I've put enough on. I'm just putting thin layers of it all over my face. So and just blend all that in. Sometimes it just needs a bit of extra. There we go. Just a little bit of evenage, but because I've blended it all in. I mean, all of these products last so long. When makeup is always the thing that lasts the longest for me. So I do really like it. What a beautiful day for it. I love when I have a bit of extra time to do my makeup as well, and I can just like chill and do it, because I do feel like quick and easy is great, but if you spend like a minute or two extra on it and you do it properly, it'll last longer and it'll look better. I then, sorry. Oh my God. I then go in over the top with my mineral foundation. So you can use this as a foundation on its own, but I personally feel like I have quite like I like a matte. So next up is my mineral foundation. You can actually use this as a foundation on its own if you prefer a matte look and you just like a light look. I personally prefer to use both of them. So you just give it a shake and it comes out in like this powder format. And then once you've got the pot, you just pop the top off with this little bit here, pop the powder back in, and then shake it and it comes through. It's really cool. So then I use my kabuki brush, tap it off, and just go all over my face to give it that matte look. I mean, like I said, you can use it on its own. I personally have before. I just prefer the two together. I just think it gives so much nicer of a finish. I mean, look at that. Look at that finish after. So much more of a matte look, and I do much prefer a matte look to a glossy look. I like to do the glossy part with like my highlighter, you know? That's what that's there for. So we're going to just keep it matte. You want it to look natural. Of course, blend into me ears, and me neck. What's next? Okay. Oh yeah. So then we go in with my palette. So again, you can get a palette. You can get like a palette of all of these. You can get a palette with 3 of these. You always have to have a big one in the palette, but you could get you can swap it and change it. I personally have a powder to like bring that color and bronze. I have a highlight. I have a blusher, eyeshadow, and an eyeliner, which I am actually going to use today. I've started to add eyeliner into my look, but I hadn't done it for a while, so we'll just see how that comes out today. So what I do is I just do a quick bronze all over the face with this, like literally, and then I go in a little bit further with my powder brush. And I actually just circle round on my contour lines, because I don't like using contour. I don't actually think Tropic do a contour, but I do feel like a contour and a bronze just makes a makeup look incredible. But if you do it wrong, it can make it look really, really awful. So I think on the contour lines, it just looks really nice. And all above in my hairline. And I do just put a little bit on my neck as well. And then I go in and do the same thing, but with my blusher. I used to only put, I used to only put blush on my cheeks, and I was like, oh, what's the point in it? It's so weird. But now I put it all around where I've just put my bronzer. And I tell you what, blush is now one of my favourite makeup products. I never understood the beauty of a blusher, and now I do. You live and you learn, eh? Older and wiser. Isn't that what they say? Oh my god, I literally should not. I feel like... Oh, look at that. Look at that. I feel like doing your makeup is just such a beautiful girly thing to do. Like, I'm like, people are like, oh, I hate doing my makeup. I'm like, how do you hate doing your makeup? Like, it's just so much fun to like just put something in your face and like make yourself feel amazing. I feel like that sometimes is when people have the wrong outlook and the wrong makeup for them. I then go in with my Sunglaze bronzing drops. Also, I'll just pop a couple of drops all on that contour line. Again, this is like a kind of like a highlight and a bronzer at the same time. I am obsessed with these. I use this in every single look. I cannot get enough of them. They are the best thing. I actually did an event for Tropic a couple of weeks ago at a restaurant, and I had a customer come and she was like, oh my god, I am obsessed with these bronzing drops. And I said, I know, they're amazing, aren't they? And she was like, you said they were, and I didn't believe you. And I was like, well, learn from your mistakes. She was like, I've been recommending it to her for ages. I was like, you have to try these, you're going to absolutely love them, because I know what she's like. She's a family friend, so I like her. Obviously know her very well. And she was like, you do know me so well, that's crazy. I was like, I know. I then just go in with my eyebrows, because if I ever see a product that I know somebody's gonna love, I will just pop a message to them and be like, look, I know you, and I know you're gonna love this, give it a go. Like, I have family friends, and she was like, I do my makeup on the train with makeup wipes. I hate makeup, I hate doing my skincare, but I just have to for work because I have to look presentable when I go to London. She's like, what do I do? So I gave her a quick 3-step routine, which she said, oh my god, it literally is so quick. I sent everything on how to do it, and then I gave her like a 3-step makeup routine, and she's just said she's so happy because it takes her no time at all. And like, she was like, if you ever have any products that come out, so she did this, and then the CC cream came out, and I was like, this could be a game changer for her. And she was like, no, it's all right, I'm happy with what I've got. And I was like, just try it. And she's tried it a couple of weeks ago, and she absolutely loves it now. So basically, I just brush my eyebrows through, and then I go through on any bits that like I need like a little filling, because some of the places in my eyebrows look like they have no hair, and that's literally all I do. I don't go over the whole thing. I just think it looks a bit much doing that otherwise. And then I will go in and do my eyeliner. So eyeliner powder, and I just go in on my waterline. I'm really sorry, I'm not going to be able to talk while I do this. This is concentration central. Do you know what? I went into toy shop yesterday. So there's in the Aldi that I go to, so I did my monthly food shop. And in the Aldi that I go to, they have a Smith's right next door. So I'm going to be honest. I went in looking for a Sunny Angel, because oh no, I made a mistake. But it's a powder, so it just rubs off. Beautiful. So I went in looking for a Sunny Angel, and I was walking around, but I literally was so bloated yesterday, and I looked like I was pregnant, like walking around looking for something for my newly born child. And then I was like, do you know what? I'm just going to go with it. So I was like rubbing my stomach as if I had a baby in there. So not only was I embarrassing myself by walking around looking for a Sunny Angel that I never found, but I was also embarrassing myself. I was like, I'm embarrassed being in this shop right now at my good old age. So the only real real reason I'd be in this shop is if I was pregnant or if I had a family member that was, you know, a kid. But never found the Sunny Angel. Also, why online are they so expensive? I never got the Labubu craze. Like I didn't get it. I didn't understand it. But when I was walking around the shop, all I could think to say to myself was, oh my god, 14 karat gold Labubu. You don't you see that video. But I didn't get it. I was like, what's the point in them? Like, my hair's gonna fall out. I thought they were a bit scary. They were a bit creepy, to be honest, the Labubus. But the Sunny Angels are quite cute. Do you know what? I don't like following trends, but I also like to be involved. So, therefore, I was like, well, I'm going to go have a look. And there wasn't any in there. Obviously the eyeliner takes a little bit longer to do if you're going to do eyeliner, because it is a more time consuming part of the makeup routine, which I don't honestly normally do, especially if I'm in a rush. As I have time today, and I'm filming this video, and I'm trying to get better at it, I thought, why the bloody hell not? There we go. It's not the best. It's not the worst. It could be a lot worse. Could also be a lot better. On the bright side, I don't have the alcohol shakes. Voila. We're then going to go in, sorry, I think I was coming undone, with my mascara. So we're going to curl those eyelashes like nobody's business. Oh yeah. Curling the eyelashes. I love an eyelash curler. I don't know where I'd be without my eyelash curler. And I'm going to leave it, no, I'm kidding. And then we're going to go in with the mascara and the eyelash fluffs. So I'm not a fan of extensions, although I am looking into getting some extensions, because when I do eyeliner I just feel like you need a bit more on your lashes. But I've been starting to use these fluffs, which basically they're little fibres that extend your lashes. And they're like clumped together and extend your lashes. And I used to use them all the time, and then I stopped using them for a while. And I recently just started using them again. And do you know what? They're a lot easier and a lot better than using eyelash extensions, I personally think. I feel like eyelash extensions are the biggest faff in the world. I'm not gonna lie. I just cannot physically talk and do my eye makeup. It's like impossible. Beautiful. I feel like I do like eyeliner. I just think I'm not the best at applying it yet. And then one more of the mascara. Beautiful. Lovely. And then we're going to go in with a little cheeky gloss. And again, this is Lip Glaze, because I do like the fact that it has a slight tint as well. Beautiful. And that is my makeup look done, which means all that's left to do is set it, which is an incredible setting spray. This is the only setting spray that doesn't have microplastics inside it that I have been able to find. I only shut the curtains because obviously it's light behind me, so I didn't want that affecting the lights. I've just dried my hair. I've got my dress on. I'm going to put a cardigan on, but obviously I was drying my hair so I was hot when I was doing it. But I'm now just going, so I've got this base, like, obviously with the gross hair on it, but you basically like, you know when I say Sabrina Carpenter hair? That's the vibe I'm going for. Like, wow. I'm going to split it into two. Do it in two parts. So I've got, I find that like while I do my makeup, if I heat this up, it works so much quicker and easier. Okay, and that is me all ready to go. So do you know what I mean when I say, let me show you, hang on, Sabrina Carpenter kind of vibe. I mean, I'm going to be honest, I'm not the best at it, but it looks nice, and it just is adds a little difference with my layers, you know? Something a little different. And that is the full makeup look. I am now ready to go. I've got my earrings on, I've got some jewellery on. I've changed up a little bit today because I wanted to wear my thumb ring, so I've got that on, and now I'm just going to do a little bit of tidying, and then I'm going to head to the dinner with my family, so it'll be really nice. And yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed the video, and thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.